Good afternoon, everyone. It's August 8th, 2018, and here's my daily recap. As always, you can get in our chat room and trade live with us. You can see all these trades that I'm making live by starting a free one-week trial at kafinvesting.com. Let's go ahead and dive in here. Here were my trades on the day. I was green on the day. It was a really great day up until about the last half hour where I gave back a big chunk of my profits, as you can see there. That final AAOI trade did set me back a little bit. Like I said, overall it was really quite a good day that I'm pretty pleased about, and there's some good learning information too that we can talk about here. As always, that's the point of this, is to get better, become better traders. It's more than just profiting. We want to make sure that we are improving day to day, and analyzing your trades will help you do that. So let's go ahead and dive in. This was the first trade, AAOI. Now, I want you to see the whole day's chart. This was an earnings winner. Notice the big run up yesterday and after hours here. This is due to the big earnings win from AAOI. And I have just loved playing earnings winners recently. Dip buying earnings winners has been unreal. We have just made insane profits off them. So this is the AAOI chart. This is today's chart. And I want to now zoom in and show you how I traded it. And this is a little bit closer look here on AAOI. So you'll see here, this gets a little bit confusing. Let me bring this up here. This was my alert. I was dip buying AAOI at 43.20 and adding at 42.60. My stop loss was 42.19. Okay, so take a look here. This is the opening bell right here. This is where the stock opened, the stock market opened, and we just got a massive pullback right out of the gate. Now, I made this alert probably 10 to 15 minutes before stock market open. Okay, I made this alert well beforehand. And look at this pullback we got right out of the gate. So then, as the stock pulled back here, this right here is where I got my first entry at 43.20. Just a minute later, I got filled at 42.60. Now, my hard stop loss was 42.19. Guess what this hit? 42.20. It literally bounced off of 42.20 before taking off to the upside. Knowing where to put your stop losses is so critical. I can't stress that enough. It really is so important, and having it in the right spot will make all the difference. If we go back and take a look at this first chart here, you'll notice my stop loss was right here. The reason why I had it here was based off of this pre-market level of support. You'll see that we had some bouncing here at the $42 level. This was my support area, what I was looking for. That's why I put my stop loss here in at 42.19. So little things like that, this may not look like a big deal in, yesterday's after hours action, but it actually can really make all the difference here in trading, and it's prevented me from getting stopped out before the stock made a huge move to the upside. I took my first size of profit here at 44.38. I was pretty patient with it throughout the day, and I decided to go ahead and lock in profits, I believe right here at about this area at 43.81. So overall, a pretty good trade. I'm really quite pleased with it. I was in double size, and if you don't know what I mean by double size, I talked about that in my risk management video, but really a nice trade overall, almost a 5% winner for me. Next trade, let's go ahead and talk about HTP. This was a real small, tight trade. This was a bull flag breakout. You'll notice that we call this a bull flag. Let me draw this up a little bit. Getting some bull flag action here. We have this nice trend line to the upside, and then we have a real clear resistance level there at 2050. So I made this alert that I was going to be buying on the break over this 2050 level. I was only in this trade for about 10 seconds. I kid you not. I got in at 2050. I think my fill is 2051. I seriously got out about 15 seconds later up here at 2074. And then look at it sell off. That is why you get in and you get out, folks, because look at this thing sell off the rest of the day. You get in, you take profits, you ride the momentum. Another thing I want to talk about here was this volume. You see this big volume candle over that 2050 level? That's really what you want to see. That's how you know you nailed the breakout area there, is if you do see that volume follow through. So that was an awesome trade. Not huge, it was really quite small, but adding that stuff up time and time again will really make a big difference. So plus 1.1% from that trade there. Next up, MTCH. This was an awesome trade as well. Guess what MTCH is? Surprise, surprise, it is an earnings winner that we did buy. We've done this time and time again. Really no surprise. It's just paid off so incredibly for us. So big earnings winner. It was up a ton in pre-market, pulled back. I made this alert before market even opened. Dip bought this here. This one was a little bit different pattern. Instead of buying this on the dip, I waited for some resistance to be created, and then I bought over. We call this a confirmed retrace level. It's still a form of dip buying, but instead of just dip buying it like I did AAOI, while it's falling, I wait for this to break up and over resistance level. So you'll see this initial bounce got denied here at 44.60. I knew that was a critical level of resistance. A couple minutes later, we got another denial here where it failed to break out there. And then as we saw this strength here, a little bit kind of mid to late morning, That's when I went ahead and alerted this over the 44.60 level. Take profit. I took a full dollar share here up at this 45.64 level, and this was just an awesome trade. I was in double size again, another 4.5% in the pocket. Just great action from these earnings, dip buying after the profit taking. Time and time again, these earnings winners sell off out of the gate because of everyone taking profits after the big earnings win. If you can time it right, you can really make some good money. Now I want to talk about my losing trade today. I gave back a good chunk of profits today. It was quite frustrating. So this is AAOI. If you'll remember, I traded this up in here to start the day, but then as we headed towards power hour, I tried to buy this over a confirmed retrace level like I just explained with NTCH. You'll notice we got this denial at $42, so I bought over $42. Now, the biggest issue I had with this is that I bought over $42. I used a buy stop order, which triggers once the price goes over $42. I did not get filled until 42.22. That's 22 cents of slippage. That's really bad. That means I was trying to buy here. My buy order got triggered, but I didn't get my actual shares until 42.22. You can see, which was just a terrible place. And that threw off my whole risk to reward, everything. I ended up getting stopped out here at 40.74, giving back a big chunk of those profits. And looking back, what would I have done differently? Well, this was about noon. This was about lunchtime here in the markets, and the only thing that I can think of why I didn't get a good enough move on this here over 42 was because I just bought in middle of the day of market open when things are a lot more dead. The consistency is not nearly as good middle of day compared to when you're trading in power hour or way back here within the first 2 hours. You'll notice the range is a lot better there in that first hour. So a great learning lesson there from AAOI. I did get back some of my profits, but I still finished green. Next, I want to talk about this. Look at this. My most favorite thing ever happens. We have a member who is quitting their job because of this incredible trade, and they're going to start trading with us full time. They have just done an unbelievable job, up over $80,000 with us in a pretty short amount of time. And look at this. He says, I'm so excited to finally start trading full time with this group. Put in my resignation on Friday. How cool is that? I mean, that is like the most satisfying thing for me to see this and to work with people who are experiencing that, and it just makes me so happy to see that work like that. And check out this gain, $40,000 in one day. He was in on an options play. We work on options too. I personally don't trade options a ton, but we do have an options channel with tons of good ideas for trading options. So I just want to give this member a huge shout out for his big day. So that's going to wrap up my daily recap lesson. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, you can get in and trade with me live. Listen to me talk live about all these trades and start a free 1 week trial with us at kafinvesting.com.